Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today. You guys know the drill. You know the drill! The drill that pierces the heavens, do the impossible, see the invisible. Row, row, fight the power. The King of Lightning is here today to do Akame Got Kill episode 4 review. Now, of course, the link is going to be in the box below on Crunchyroll.com. This week's episode, very simple. So this review, really short, or at least it should be. Alright, you guys know how I roll. It should be, but if I ramble, I ramble. I apologize. I am for real. Okay, now, the thing here is that the episode, what it mainly comprises of is Zank, the Executioner, and the combat scenes going on there between Zank, Tatsumi, and Akame. It's the night raid against Zank, because it's all the members against him, but mainly it's those two fighting. Because he pinpoints them with his Imperial arm. And then the episode also has a detailed explanation about the Imperial arms, their origins, and their power. Well, the powers of the ones that we know, and their standing in the overall story thus far. And then the rest of the dialogue is mainly fluff. Like you have at the beginning, breakfast dialogue when they're eating breakfast. And then you have a little bit of training here with Aniki, bro, and Tatsumi. So that's really it. Oh, and by the way, there's also a small scene with the boss, and she meets up with this guy from like the Revolutionary Army, some random dude who winds up dying, and this guy gives her the intel, and that intel is pretty much to kill Zank. So the thing that's very fascinating here is that before I go to the basics and before I go deeper, what's fascinating here is that when it comes to their missions, I figured that they would only pinpoint evil that specifically ties to the Imperial capital, meaning like the rich, those who abuse the system. But Zank doesn't, he's not a part of the system. Zank is just like a mass murderer. So not only are the Night Raid cleansing the Imperial capital of the evil that resides within the political system and the guards and those who are related to the emperor and the minister and so on and so forth, those who commit deeds in that sense, but also those who are just general criminals. Now granted, Zank isn't like your basic criminal. He has an Imperial arm, he's quite significant, and he was formerly someone who had close ties to the working system of the Imperial capital, but he's not a part of that any longer. So, like, you see my point here? My point here is that the Night Raid, I figured that they'd only target people who have certain standing within the police system or the guard system, whatever it is, the political system, those kinds of systems that are the backbone of the Imperial capital. But Zank is just a mass murderer now. Who loves cutting off heads. So that was kind of fascinating. So in a sense, they're like the universal exterminators within this Imperial capital. They exterminate evil, period. Because since they're assassins and they're not really for justice, they're exterminating evil with even more evil, like with their evil. So, you know, evil that supersedes evil, pretty much, whatever. So moving on. Basics, animation, pacing, so on and so forth. Animation was pretty damn good. I am getting used to the whole paintbrush scenes. When you see Akame cut Zank's neck finally after the combat, you get to see that moving paintbrush scene like for like a split second. So that's pretty cool. And when it came to the fighting in itself, it was pretty good. It got really dynamic, and fast-paced once Akame and Zank started going in. With Tatsumi, it was a little bit slower. There were more emotions and more dialogue going on there. Well, I mean, there were emotions to begin with, but Akame, she did show emotion in this battle because of the fact that you had Zank with his Imperial arm actually use this ability to create an illusion. And then she sees this girl called Kurome, which I think is her sister or like a person that she used to work with, whatever. But the point here is that when it came to the fighting animation overall, that was pretty damn good. and the animation as a whole was pretty damn good. Though I'm still getting used to the paintbrush scenes. They're slowly growing on me, but it was okay. When it came to the pacing, it's still a fast-paced series. That's I just can't overlook. It's fast-paced. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, it depends. Because haven't read the manga, so I don't really know how to judge the pacing of the anime compared to the manga. I can't do that. But it's still fast-paced nonetheless. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. When it comes to the character development, it's mainly for Akame, and we find out about Zank's past, about how he used to work for like the Imperial capital, and he used to like as an executioner, so he would just cut heads. People who would beg for mercy, cut their heads, slice. Oh, please, please, please. Done, over. And obviously, when you're cutting off heads on a regular basis, and the people are begging for their lives in the process, it's going to fuck you up mentally. And obviously, Zank, he's the end result. He's fucked up mentally. And I don't know at which point in time he gained his Imperial arm, but he did at some point, whatever. But we get his backstory before he dies, pretty much. And then, when it comes to Akame, we have something to do with her sister. Her comrade, whatever. And the thing here that's very important is that when it came to Kurome, Akame didn't hesitate, she didn't falter. In fact, her resolve was even further strengthened when he had the illusion of Kurome going on. So, this probably does tie into her assassin training, and it may even lead to, like, maybe hinting that Kurome either betrayed or they had a falling out of some kind, Kurome and Akame, and she killed her because, well, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know, alright? We'll say it for later, but there's something going on there that's a lot deeper than first perceived, obviously. It's not like, oh, like, you're my sister, I can't kill you. No, you're my sister, and because you're my sister, I have to kill you even more. So, whether it's hatred or it's extreme love, I don't know if that makes any sense, because technically love and hatred are part of the same coin. I'm pretty sure you've heard that phrase before, whatever. So, or they're two sides of the same coin, there you go. But whatever, moving on. Finally, we have the story progression. And the main thing here was them beating Zank, and them finding out, or us, the viewers, finding out about the Imperial arms. Now, the Imperial arms are obviously significant. In fact, every member, except for the boss, I don't know. Maybe her metallic arm is an Imperial arm, I don't know. No idea. But apparently, the Imperial arms are weapons created by the first emperor of the Imperial capital. And there's 48 of them. And they have phenomenal power. We find out that every member of the Night Raid has one so far. I forgot what Shayla was called. Like like bisecting whatever. I forgot. Like some scissor blade. God damn it. Alright, Ryuko. Fuck it. Scissor blade. And it can like bisect anything. Alright? Decapitation mode. Alright? Or I can't say in Japanese. Fuck, I can't say Japanese. I was gonna say in Japanese. I was gonna fail. Fuck that. Alright? But every time she just had the two scissor blades. Decapitation mode. And yeah. So whatever. Fuck it. Moving on. But we find out that the kid with the strings, his is called Crosstail. We have Leone's, hers is called Lionel. Oh, we have Pumpkin. We have, now the main one is obviously Akame, because she's like the main character, and hers is called Murasame. One cut, even like the smallest cut on like your finger, your wrist, whatever, and it has this poison that will seep into your body and kill you. The smallest cut is a mortal wound. It is a fatal wound. That's pretty fucking powerful. That's pretty fucking hacks. That's unfair. That's so unfair. Really? So like the smallest cut, she skims you. It's over. What the fuck? No, I ain't fair. I ain't fair. Accurcio is one of them too. And they were created by means of, apparently they're this category of super legendary danger beasts, something like that. And then, like, there was one creature, this shit looked like the fucking Red Eyes Black Dragon. Like, this shit looked like damn Joey Wheeler's, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, Red Eyes Black Dragon. It's straight the fuck up. I'm like, Jesus, Red Eyes. And how the fuck did you jump into this shit, really? But, and, like, sacred metals and ores, whatever. But basically, it's created through means of a lot of people and rare materials. And it's 48 of them, total. And apparently 500 years ago, there's some civil war, and half of them were, like, missing. So that means that you can expect these Imperial arms to reside all over the world. Not just here, but all over the world. You already have, like, a few of them right here, this one group. And it looks like they got another one based on the preview. Because if they beat they beat Zank, so they're probably going to keep his Imperial arm, the Spected, which allows him to gain some degree of precognition, and then he can create illusions, and on top of that, he can analyze and, like, see through things, like he's Superman. So what the fuck? So that thing's pretty powerful, very useful, and it heightens his senses as well. So the same thing with Lionel, the belt that Leone has. So overall, the episode, it was very informative. It had a very good story progression when it came to what we found out about the Imperial arms and them beating Zank. And at the same time, we had good animation. The pacing was fast, and we're getting used to it. I'm getting used to it, but it's not bad. And when it came to the character development, it was lacking in a lot of the characters, but we did get some for Akame, and we did get Zank's backstory. And now, I mean, he already was resolved in getting stronger. But now Tatsumi's even more resolved after seeing these two Imperial arm users fight against each other. And then we find out that apparently, according to the myth or the workings of the Imperial arms, once two of them engage in combat, even if no one dies, one has to die. So I don't know how it works out exactly, but we'll find out later. So overall rating is going to be a good plus. So I'll see you guys later. King Lightning, rate the video, comment, subscribe. Have a nice day.